what is this, like the 5th video we've made about this guy? I know. Y'all might be thinking, Lego, what is it with you and the Ottawa Senators? Why are you always talking about this dude? And part of the reason is because y'all seem to really like it when we make these fluff pieces talking about guys that are doing well, but also because there is a very legitimate reason to continually bring this guy's name up. The Ottawa Senators have been one of the hottest teams in the NHL as of late, and despite their loss to the Montreal Canadiens yesterday, they still have been on an absolute tear since the Four Nations break came and went. Travis Green is doing wonders with this team. And obviously, he is a former Vancouver Canucks coach, so for me to sit back here and watch Travis turn a team that was near the bottom of the barrel for so long into the wildcard contender that they are, it's super great. Congrats to you, Travis. You have a squad that is buying into your system and that is willing to play the two-way stable game that he demands out of his hockey teams. But ultimately, the one guy that has put everything on the line in enforcing this style of play and executing it as well as anybody else he could have asked for, it's none other than recent acquisition Dylan Cozens, everybody. This show is brought to you by ExpressVPN. Go out there, check out that first link in the description to save some money on your VPN, get some free months, and support this YouTube channel in the process. We gotta go out there and talk about Cozens one more time, because early returns are looking absolutely spectacular for Ottawa when you think about the trade which sent Cozens over to the Sens in the first place. This stat was floating around social media after he got sent over to the Ottawa Senators. Take a look at this. According to Sportlogic on Sportsnet, Dylan Cozens, since joining the Ottawa Senators, has 19 scoring chances, first on the team, 12 slot shots on net, first in the team, 23 hits, first in the team, 31 face-off wins, first in the team, and 16 controlled zone entries, which is second on the team. This was before yesterday's Montreal game, so some of the numbers might not be all too accurate right now, but Dylan Cozens has legitimately been one of the most productive Ottawa Senators players on the ice, not just in terms of, point production. He's gone out there with a point in almost every single game he has had. That's fantastic, but it's more so just the quality of play and everything that he's committing himself to doing. How he's driving results, he's driving the middle, he's winning draws, he's coming back on the back check, he's playing well defensively. This is the Dylan Cozens that Buffalo Sabres fans thought they were getting when they drafted him 7th overall in 2019. And to be completely fair to Buffalo, they did get a season out of Cozens where he was a monster. That 68-point campaign in 81 games in 22-23, when Cozens was only 22 years old. That was a fantastic season. It's why he got the big contract he is on. It's just a problem with Buffalo in that they weren't able to consistently bring that level of star power out of their guys the next 2 seasons. Now, Cozens went from having 31 points in 61 games to 5 points in 6 with the Ottawa Senators, and even though the team lost yesterday against Montreal, Cozens still had an assist, which, at the very least, is what you want to see out of one of the best play drivers on the team. This is early returns on steroids, because when you take a look at Josh Norris, the guy that Buffalo acquired in the Dylan Cozens trade, sure, you could talk about Jacob Bernard-Docker, but really, everybody's focused on the 2 players, the 2 top players out of this deal. Cozens for Norris. Cozens for Norris. Josh Norris is unfortunately going through a little bit of a slump himself, because he's only got 2 points in 3 games, which, don't get me wrong, that doesn't sound bad. It's just a problem because Josh Norris hasn't played since March the 12th. Yeah, that's right. He's out again. The Buffalo Sabres have played 2 games since Norris had been taken out of the lineup. They actually won both of them in extra time. Their shootout win against Vegas was a big deal, and then the overtime win against Boston happened 2 days ago. But Buffalo has not been able to utilize what it is that Josh Norris brings because he hasn't been healthy. And this has been a problem for Norris ever since his days in Ottawa, that the guy was never able to play a full 82-game season. Sure, he had a 56-game campaign in the shortened North Division season. He had 56 games out of 56, which is great, but the next season, 66 games out of 82, 8 games out of 82, 50 games out of 82, 53 games out of 82. Now he's on pace for 72 games. That's assuming he doesn't miss any more time and he comes back. Josh Norris, not only is he a guy who doesn't have the same sort of tool set that Dylan Cozens has all around, but he just doesn't stay in the lineup as often. And that is going to be a problem when trying to project 82-game NHL-level success. Sure, if Josh Norris plays an 82-game season and he gets 40 goals and 30 assists, I don't think anybody's going to be surprised. He's a finisher. He's an offensive mind. He can snipe it. He's pretty good at putting himself in the right areas to get those shots through. But Dylan Cozens is more of what the Ottawa Senators needed. All situations, all zones, up and down the ice, pace of play monster. He's that kind of a guy who hits, he scores, he makes things happen, he controls the puck as he enters the zone. Josh Norris is more of a finisher, and that's not bad. It's not necessarily saying that one is better than the other or whatever. It's just for the Ottawa Senators and for the style of coaching that Travis Green has, Dylan Cozens is more of that Bo Horvat, I would say, comparative to the finishing style that Josh Norris presents. And for Travis Green, he loves his north-south two-way centers. That's why JT Miller and Bo Horvat worked so well in that Canucks system. But I digress. Actually, you know what? You could say that about a lot of those old guys that Travis Green had. Remember Jay Beagle? Yeah, he was really good under Travis Green's system, oddly enough. Beagle and Mott, those hard-working, face-off winning, forechecking guys. Travis Green loved those, and Dylan Cozens fits that mold right there. He's kind of like a mix of the three. You take the work ethic and the physicality of a Tyler Mott, the face-off winning and center ability as a Jay Beagle, and then the scoring net front presence like a Bo Horvat. You got Dylan Cozens, and that's something that I think is a thought I've never had before, but now I'm starting to piece it together. Yeah, no. If the Ottawa Senators are seriously getting that guy as the second-line center behind Timmy Stu, then absolute trade dub right here for the Sens. I am sorry, Buffalo, but it's not like you're saying you can get much out of Josh Norris right now. He's not playing for you. You hope that changes. You hope at some point Norris gets an 82-game season under his belt, because you know with the extended playing time he's going to get production. It's just he needs to stay healthy. And he's not. Again. So Sens fans, please, let's try not to use this video as an opportunity to dance on Josh Norris's grave or whatever. Like, obviously, Sens fans love this dude. He was a really good Sen for a long time, and there was a lot of love in the game that he brought. It's just, I think everybody can recognize there were issues with consistency and staying in the lineup that are still being brought up today in the Buffalo system. Now, trade return, send them away, get Dylan Cozens in exchange. You're getting a lot more value, I'd say, out of Dylan Cozens, and it's looking pretty lopsided at this point. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about the Ottawa Senators and how they've been able to get the best out of Dylan Cozens so far. This is what Buffalo wanted out of this guy. Kind of goes to show you how he was able to immediately bring it out in the Senators organization versus in Buffalo, where he definitely wasn't playing as good as he is right now. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.